football this week. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of baseball. I think we only have maybe 15 more minutes here, but we're gonna rip through that and we'll talk about.
I'm assuming we're gonna start with the Jays.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some Blue Jays. Their off season so far has been underwhelming. Okay, I'm wearing a Blue Jays sweater right now, although I don't really want to. Kevin Kiermaier signing, great, good defensive center fielder, sure. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa,
Depth.
Look, good defense. We already had an elite defense coming into the year. That is not where our focus should be. We need somebody that doesn't have a noodle bat, that will put the ball into the stands and clear some bases, because we lost in the playoffs last year because we couldn't hit people off base. We left way too many people stranded. We need power. We don't need pitching and defense. We already have that. We need one more piece that can hit the ball out of the park 30 to 40 times.
Why don't we leave Jose in there and let him pitch a few more innings? Pitching and defense wins
ball
games.
That too. That was dumb. That was dumb too.
Pitching and defense wins ball games.
Yeah, which we had though.
I know, but
we had
let him pitch.
We had the best defensive outfield in the league last year. We have a perfectly good infield.
Well, Chappie, we're gonna miss Chappie.
We're gonna miss Chappie. Also a noodle bat.
Yeah, Vladdy's
again,
too. Right?
Again, so we need power in our lineup.
Why don't we get Vladdy, who's going to be 20, 30 pounds lighter. His bat's going to be good this year. He's going to get the speed, right? Bull missed, a month last year? Bull's a great hitter, right?
We're missing that middle power ball guy. Like, we need somebody that's going to hit the ball out of the park.
I actually want them to bring back Brandon Belt. I love that left-handed bat. Patience. He took the most pitches of all Jays last year.
Yeah.
Right? And he walked a ton.
Sure.
He hit number 3 or 4.
Sure. But his numbers weren't good. He was not playing consistently. He just walked a lot. He strikes out a lot. He can't hit a high fastball. I think he had the worst average in baseball last year hitting high fastballs. Like, anything above the belt, like, no pun intended, Brandon Belt, haha. No, we're not looking at Brandon Belt. I'm not going out and spending dimes when we were that close on Shohei Ohtani. Give me something better. Like, it's been a losing offseason for the Jays. Like, I'll put it bluntly, it hasn't been a fun one. But yeah, well, we're gonna move on from that.
They need a bat. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I like the added defense. I really do.
I'm okay with added defense, but the fact that that's the only thing that they've done so far is mind blowing. Like, that can't be it. We need somebody to drive in runs. All right, let's talk about some free agency, trade news and such. The Mets signed Sean Manaea to a 2-year, $28 million deal. You can give me your thoughts on that.
Oh, you know my thoughts on that. Why is Steve Cohen signing another overrated pitcher? Way late in his career. I just don't understand that. Like, they have the total Brewer front office in there. They should be trained for Burns in Milwaukee right now. Like, I don't get the signing of Sean Manaea. I don't. He's awful.
Yeah.
He's got good hair, but he's awful.
Look, I don't think I hate the signing as much as you do. But I do agree, like, I definitely think that they should be shooting a lot higher. He had a WAR of 0.3, which is not good, an ERA of 44.
And that's in San Francisco, a pitcher's ballpark.
Yeah, and typically a 1 WAR player, so for those watching that don't know what WAR is wins above replacement. So kind of it's the best tool to determine whether a player is good or not. But typically, if you have a 1 WAR, you're worth $10 million. He had a 0.3 WAR, and he's making 28 over 2. So that, to me, like, that's
28 over 2.
Yeah, that's an overpay. I don't really know where the Mets are going.
That's extremely overpay.
But yeah, no, I don't love the signing.
They should be trained for a young arm. Maybe some of the Reds. I know they're not going to touch the Marlins because they're in the same division, but they should be going after maybe Dylan Cease in the White Sox, right? Go after Burns in Milwaukee. I'm telling you, Milwaukee's going to be cutting payroll, right? And then, like, Burns' his arbitration last year, he said at the end of it, I'm leaving. So he's going to trade him. It's just a question of when, and so.
Yeah, I think they need to shoot higher. The Mets also signed Harrison Bader to a 1-year, $10.5 million deal. I think this is kind of similar to what the Jays are doing with Varsho and Kevin Kiermaier. Varsho is a superior center fielder than he is in left field, but he still brings great defense there, and I think you'll be able to slide Bader to left, Nemo to left, one of the two of them to left, and the defense will be great. But again, a noodle bat. Like, he had a .6 WAR last year, not a good hitter, good base runner, good fielder, bad hitter.
Yeah, don't like the signing at all. You know, they got Nemo there, and I don't like the signing at all.
Yeah.
I don't like the Mets. I don't like the Mets. I like Pete Alonso. Just so you know, I do like Pete Alonso.
I don't like the Mets either.
But no.
Any Mets fans in the comments, you can boo us.
Yeah, but you guys you're destroying it, man. And you got all the money in the world, and I just don't get it.
Yeah. The Dodgers signed Teo Hernandez, Teoscar, Blue Jays legend. 1 year, $23.5 million, with $8.5 million of that deferred to be paid between 2030 and 2039.
The Dodgers doing that with
They did that with Ohtani.
They're doing it with everybody.
They're doing it with everybody. Everybody else needs to sign up. This is good business to me. Like, why aren't other teams thinking like this? I don't know. Especially when there's no cap in the MLB. Like, you'll probably have that money in the future anyways. Like,
well, the Dodgers will always have money.
Yeah.
I'm not a Tail fan. I think he's probably one of the worst defensive right fields. He's going to replace Mookie Betts in right field. Mookie Betts is playing second base. Can you imagine watching Tail go around in circles every fly ball in right field? Like, come on.
Look, man.
I don't like the signing at all. Don't like the signing at all. And he's going to be awful in the room. It's going to be awful. He's like one of those happy, friendly, cool.
Yeah, what's wrong with having fun?
No way, man.
What's wrong with having fun? Nothing wrong with having fun. Don't listen to that.
Hayward might actually straighten him up.
I'm about to talk to you about Hayward. I have no problem with this signing whatsoever because, one, chicks dig the long ball. Guy hits a bunch of home runs. I like it. Don't worry about defense. You don't have to worry about defense. That is why you have Jason Hayward. If you are in a tight ball game, you think you're going to lose, you bring him into pinch field. It doesn't it's a 1 year contract. There is no such thing as a 1 year contract, bad 1 year deal. I remember when the Jays signed Marcus Semien after he had his bad season there in Oakland.
Yeah.
We signed him to a 1 year deal worth $18 million. People were enraged. I think it was $18 million. Maybe I might be off on the salary, but everybody was enraged because this guy was coming off a bad year. Whatever. There is no such thing as a bad 1 year contract. Never such thing. No such thing. All right. Shoto Imanaga signs with the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs did something. It's about time.
Oh, I should touch on Teo. He did also have the 20. He has 2.1 WAR last year, so he was valuable, making him worth exactly basically what he was signed.
Are we going to talk about his replacement in Seattle?
No. Shoto Imanaga signs with the Chicago Cubs. Rumored to be up for about $80 million over 4 years with an option for a fifth year. Reports have also said that apparently he took half of what he was offered from another team.
Oh, what was the other team?
They haven't said what the other team is, but apparently someone offered him double, and he wanted to be a Cub. So good on the Cubs.
Is he good friends with the other Japanese Suzuki there?
Maybe they might have played together. I'm not 100% certain on that, but
that might have been a factor.
Yeah, I think it probably had a factor, but he has had a sub-3 ERA since 2018 every season in Japan. So I think it's going to be a good signing. You never really know when you sign people from KBO or Japan just because they've never played MLB baseball before. It's a bit of a different game, but I think he should adjust based on the numbers that he put up there. I think that was a really good signing.
Didn't he pitch the clincher last year in the Classic? I thought he did against the USA.
I know he pitched. I know he pitched in one of those games, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyways, another trade went down. An interesting one here. MLB ready infield prospect Michael Busch got traded from the Dodgers to the Cubs along with relief pitcher Yency Almonte for what Jeff Passan called two toolsy teenage prospects, where one of them doesn't even have a baseball reference site, so I couldn't do any research on him whatsoever.
Wow.
That would be Jackson Ferris, left-hand pitcher. Sorry, buddy, don't know who you are. And then outfielder Zahir Hope, who they drafted in the 11th round last year. This is an interesting one from the Dodgers standpoint. I don't like it at all, to be honest, because why didn't they trade this guy 2 or 3 years ago, Michael Busch, when he had like a ton of value after putting up 20 to 40 bombs almost every year in the minors. Like, I don't like this at all. But you're trading for two guys not in the top 30 prospects in their organization.
Dodgers don't pitching though. They must see something there.
And Yency Almonte, he had a bad year last year. I think his ERA was over 5 last year.
Yeah,
but 2 years ago, he had an ERA of 1.02 in 35 and 1/3 innings. Like,
where's Bush going to play in Chicago? Because I know they were talking. There's a big rumor about Bo Bichette going there playing third base for them.
He's gonna play third base. I think he's better than Nick Madrigal at third. Questions about his arm strength.
Yeah.
Like, the evaluators rated his arm like a 45 out of 80. Like, he doesn't have the greatest arm maybe for third base, but I think the bat plays well there. So I think it was a good pickup.
Well, he's not playing short or second, that's for sure.
No, they've got Gold Glove